News.
Federal government gives shoot-to-kill order for prison breakers. Budget IT says 460 duplicated projects was. Federal Capital Territory Authority denies unvaccinated civil and public facilities. And on the foreign scene, 3 shot dead in Sudan. Possessing a permanent voter's card is a duty to all citizens. Please ensure you acquire yours. Good evening, you listen to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Today is the 17th of January 2021, which is equivalent 2022, which is equivalent to the 14th of Jamada Thani 1443 after Hijri. And now the news in full. The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, has ordered prisons officers to shoot dead anyone who attempts to attack any correctional facility in the country henceforth. Aregbesola gave this order today while inspecting the facility at the Agodi Custodial Center in Ibadan. The minister said the officer must take it impossible for anyone to penetrate the facility because it is a red zone. He said any attack on any correctional center is an attack on the state, and such must never be allowed again. The minister said any attempt to attack correctional centers should be a suicide attempt, and perpetrators must not be allowed to live to tell the story. It could be recalled that Aregbesola, at a recent ministerial press briefing at the Aso Villa, said 4,860 inmates of the Nigerian correctional centers have escaped from those facilities between 2020 and 2021 alone, following successful jail breaks in Benin, Owerri, and Oyo, among others. However, he noted that only 954 of that number have been rearrested. That was before the recent jailbreak at the Jos Medium Security Custodial Center, which resulted in 9 fatalities and escape of 252 inmates. The 252 of the loose are apart from the 10 rearrested. Now, for State Governor Bello President Muhammadu Buhari, following the assurances he got from the president, according to his government, is doing its best to unravel those collaborating with bandits and other criminals to cause mayhem in the state. On the recent killings in the state, where some insinuated that over 200 people were killed, the governor emphasized that not more than tech for approving the 2022 budget having 460 duplicated projects, which amounted to IT said the budget included 64% of its capital budget dedicated to purchasing motorcycles, streetlights, and other projects outside its mandate. This is indigenous, especially as communities in those states are being ravaged by bandits and terrorists who often arrive on motorcycles. This is contained in a press release signed by the Budget IT Communications Associate, Iyanu Fatoba, today. It stated that preliminary analysis of the 21,108 capital projects in the 2022 approved budget revealed 48.9 billion naira. It could be recalled that Budget IT observed 316 duplicated projects inserted into the 2021 federal government budget approved by the National Assembly. A cumulative total of 6.3 billion naira was allocated to supplying street lights in 73 communities across the 36 states, while 14.8 billion naira was allocated for the construction of 219 roads across 36 states, whereas the majority of the roads are the responsibilities of state and local governments and not the federal government. According to Budget IT's country director, Gabriel Okewo, the loopholes for fraud in the 2022 federal government budget is a crime against the 86 million Nigerians living below the poverty line, and injustice to hardworking taxpayers, and an open market of countries and lending institutions that intend to borrow Nigeria 6.29 trillion naira in 2022. And on the sporting arena, apologies. The Global News is coming to you from Freedom Radio 99.5 FM. You can send your comments, opinions, and watch us live on Freedom Radio Nigeria and Facebook.com. You can get the link to the page on our website, freedomradio.nig.com.
Masoyina, gaskiya na ji daɗin fito wanda muka yi don cin abinci.
Gamuwa na da ke na daga cikin al'amari ɗaya da ke burge ni a rayuwa masoyiyata.
Wannan taron kuma daga ina ta fito.
Kada ki damu babu ne wanda zai bata miki wannan yammaci. Ala baki da labarin comics.
Sha maganin tarin comics. Maganin tarin comics?
Maganin tarin comics shine kake bukata domin samun sauki sai ka ka sha don ka samu sauki. Kamfanin Orange Drugs Limited ke tallata shi. Sai ku hanzarta domin samun naku maganin tarin comic. Idan tari ya ci gaba bayan kwana 3 sai ku tuntubi likita. Yawwa, na samu sauki yanzu. Ina son ki abin kaunata kuma ina son maganin tarin comic. Comic. Easy to use, just drink. Carry water.
Welcome back. You're still listening to Freedom Global News on 99.5 FM. The Federal Capital Territory Administration, FCTA, has commenced the enforcement of the no vaccination card restriction or proof of negative test result for entry into public facilities. The enforcement exercise, which commenced today, comes more than a month after the federal government gave its own directive. As early as 8 a.m., security personnel were seen manning checks at the gate of the Federal Capital Territory Administration Secretariat at Area 11 to ensure compliance. Only civil servants with vaccination cards were allowed access into the facility. Many civil servants were seen hanging around outside the Secretariat as they were barred from entry. Enforcement, Mr. Atta Ikaro, said the exercise became necessary to ensure that the spread of the infection in the FCT is curtailed. He said the FCT did not begin enforcement on December 1st. Began its enforcement because it wanted to give time to civil servants to get vaccinated. He said many, however, refused to comply, hence the need for the commencement. And on the sporting arena, Super Eagles captain Ahmed Musa has made it clear there is no country they want to avoid in the knockout stages of the Amazon. Oba has details of this on its updates.
Nigeria are in a quest to win their 4th title in Cameroon. So far, they have won 2 out of their 2 Group B fixtures against Egypt and Sudan impressively. The Super Eagles beat the Pharaohs 1-0 and saw off the Falcons with 3-1. Similarly, Super Eagles defender Kenneth Omerua said the current Super Eagles team have what it takes to lead the fight in South Africa Cup of Nations. A winner with the late coach Stephen Keshi led side in 2013, Omerua has been one of the mainstays of the Super Eagles at Cameroon 2021 and had a commanding presence in Saturday's 3-1 Group D win against Sudan in Garau. Meanwhile, President of the Cameroonian Football Federation, Samuel Eto'o, has commended the Super Eagles for qualifying for the next round of the ongoing Africa Cup of Nations. Super Eagles had qualified for the knockout stages of the ongoing AFCON tournament in Cameroon after topping Group D. In another development, Nigeria forward Samuel Chukwueze has stated that he aims to win the Africa Cup of Nations trophy update. Brentford to Christian Eriksen about the possibility of signing the Denmark midfielder. Eriksen had his contract cancelled by Inter Milan last month after being told he could not play in Serie A after being fitted with an implanted cardiovascular defibrillator. And on tennis, Rafael Nadal began his bid for a men's record 21st Grand Slam title with victory over Marcus Grön in the Australian Open first round. Succeed Nadal, the only former Melbourne champion left in the men's draw, beat American Grön 6-1, 6-4, 6-2. Similarly, Japan's Naomi Osaka opened her defense of the Australian Open title with a dominant win over Colombia's Camila Osorio on day 1 in Melbourne. Osaka, also champion in 2019, raced into a 5-0 lead in the first set before world number 50 Osorio fought back. However, Osaka quickly reasserted her control and wrapped up a 6-3 win. Mohammed Sanuba, Freedom Radio.
For tomorrow's weather forecast in some cities in Nigeria and parts of Niger Republic, here is the report.
Kano tomorrow morning is expected to have an average temperature of 11 degrees Celsius with sunny and light wind, and then later increase to 23 degrees Celsius with sunny and moderate breeze. Kaduna will experience the same weather condition at 15 degrees Celsius and later increase to 26 degrees Celsius with sunny and gentle breeze. Abuja is expected to have 20 degrees Celsius with sunny and light wind and then increase to 33 degrees Celsius. Lagos will experience misty and light wind at 25 degrees Celsius and later increase to 32 degrees Celsius with sunny interval and light wind. Moving to Niger Republic, Maradi is expected to have sunny and moderate breeze at 11 degrees Celsius and rise to 23 degrees Celsius with hazy and moderate breeze. Zindar will have sunny interval at 13 degrees Celsius and later increase to 23 degrees Celsius with gentle breeze. Okasha to Yusuf Idris, Freedom Radio.
And on business, Muhammad Abba Abdullah has updates.
The Nigerian's total debt stock rose from 32.9 trillion naira as of December 2020 to 39.6 trillion naira in November 2021. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Ms. Zainab Ahmed, in her presentation of the 2022 approved budget, disclosed that the government borrowed 6.7 trillion naira between January and November 2021. According to the presentation document in March 2021, the Debt Management Office had disclosed that the country's total public debt stock was 32.9 trillion naira as of December 2021. An additional 6.7 trillion naira loan means the total public debt stock would be about 39.6 trillion naira as of November 2021. Meanwhile, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has revealed that the capital importation into the country fell by 32% to $500 million in October 2021 from $660 million recorded in September 2021. The CBN released these figures in its latest monthly economic report. The decline is a negative turnaround from the increase recorded in September, when capital inflows rose by $220 million from $440 million in August. The report shows that there is a corresponding decline in investment inflows from the United Kingdom, South Africa, and other countries, leading the pack in capital importation into Nigeria. A breakdown of the inflows recorded in October shows that foreign portfolio investments dominated capital importation with a value of $330 million. Muhammad Abba Abdullahi, Freedom Radio.
Another foreign senior activist in Sudan say 3 people have been shot dead by the security forces in the latest round of protests against last year's coup. Thousands demonstrated in the capital Khartoum and the central city of Wad Madani. Doctors say more than 60 other people have been killed during the many pro-democracy demonstrations. Most were shot or hit by tear gas canisters. Sudan's ruling military council said it will establish an anti-terrorism force to counter what it described as potential threats. Today's protests come ahead of a planned visit by the United States Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs and the country's new Horn of Africa envoy. Their first stop is Saudi Arabia, where they are discussing possible ways of restoring a transitional government. And with this, we've come to the end of today's Global News. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Hauwa Adamu Kiyawa. Have a wonderful evening.